New stretch of the week here. We are going to stretch your adductors. Your adductors are these muscles that sweep in the inside of your legs. Now, why we might want to stretch these is if you go into a squat and all of a sudden when you go down in the squat, you start to feel some pain in the front of your hips, like a little bit of a pinch. That might mean you need to stretch the inside of these. Another reason that you might experience that we need to stretch these is if you go down in a squat and then when you start pressing up out of the squat, your knees come together in this valgus position. What that means is your adductors are taking over here. So we need to strengthen your glutes and your abductors on the outside, and we probably got to stretch the inside here because they probably take over with a lot of movements you do. So I'm going to show you a good sequence of stretches here, just like 6 of them. We'll go from the ground all the way up to your feet, and by the end of it, you should feel like you got a really good stretch on the inside of your legs. Your first stretch here, we're going to be down on the ground. What I want you to do is you're going to step forward into a lunge. So I'm half kneeling here. So I'm all aimed forward. I'm going to open up at about 45-degree angle. So this leg is going to kick out to the side at 45 degrees. Now only go into this as far as your body feels comfortable with going. Don't overstretch it. So I'm going to start leaning forward down into it. Take my inside hand, reach and grab that foot. What that does is it locks the knee out at that angle. That knee's not going to kick in. So, right there. Next hand is making a fist on the ground. So, you're going to want to hold this position for about 30 seconds here. You're going to feel a nice stretch through your groin. This leg's still kicked out at 45 degrees. I'm locking it out with my elbow, and I'm just leaning forward on my fist. So, after 30 seconds here, we're going to switch to the other leg. So I'm going to switch right now. Same thing here. Forward, open to 45 degrees. Then from here, arm on the inside, block that knee off, fist on the ground, and you can hold. Really good stretch here. You'll feel it deep in your hip. So these muscles help hold the position of your pelvis some too. They also help with extension of the knee or extension of the hip when the hip's already flexed. They take over for that. So, stepping out of this. Next one we're going to do, this is a really common stretch. You've probably seen it before. We're going to do a seated butterfly. So this one you probably did as you were a kid, if you're in any sports. Now what we're doing, we're pulling those legs together, dropping your knees to the side as far as you feel comfortable. Okay? With this, if you want to make it a little bit more intense, try to back those heels up further. If you need to make it a little bit easier, you could do it laying down too. So I'll quick show you what the laying down version of it looks like. Laying down, you just be like this, holding them together. Okay? So after 30 seconds there, we're going to go out to a V with the legs. Try to keep your knees down as you reach out for your toes. Let me back up just a little bit here so you can see better. If this is too far, say your hamstrings are really tight and you just can't reach that toe, what I'd recommend, bring one leg in, reach out, see if you can grab the toe then. You can always keep that other leg, the other arm stretched forward. If you still can't grab it, loop a belt around your foot there, pull your foot in with the belt. Okay, next one, on your knees here. So on your hands and knees, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick one leg out to the side. It's going to be abducted out to the side, straight leg. And then I'm going to rock back onto my hips. So right here, one leg out and just rocking backwards. Now one thing I like to do with this is actually have this other leg pointed out just a little bit to give those hips room to sit back. So as you sit back here, keeping this leg fully locked out nice and straight. Sitting forward and back. So you're just rocking in and out of this position, flat back, 30 seconds. And then you'd switch sides, same thing on this side, rocking back into it. "30 seconds here. Okay, after 30 seconds, next thing we're going to do, we're going to get you standing up, 2 movements when we're up on your feet. first movement we're going to do here, it's a transverse lunge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open my hip up past 90, go to diagonal here at 135. So as I sit back with that, what I'm going to do, keep this front leg pointed forward as I settle all my weight backwards. Come forward, alternate sides. So you're just going to alternate side to side. We got about 30 seconds here. Try to get in 5 reps on each side. All right, one more stretch we have. So Cossack squat here. You want to have your legs out in a V. Now when I do this, I'm going to try to line up my hip, my knee, and my ankle all in alignment pointing forward as I rock to the side. Again, everything's stacked. Come back up, switch sides, stack. 30 seconds here. You're probably getting about 10 in each leg. If you want to hold a weight, you could hold a goblet weight here as you do this. One more. And good. All right, you should feel like you got a really good stretch all the way through your hips here to the inside of your knee.